Have you ever wanted to just well, I have, and now I've done it. Okay. Before I get too far ahead of myself, let me rewind a little. This is my basement bathroom. While we've never loved this space and always thought we would reno it someday, the shower recently started leaking through the walls, so I guess that someday is today. Let me give you a little walkthrough of the space. So, when you first come into the bathroom, you actually might not even realize there is a shower in here because it's tucked away. But as you come around the corner, you see a shower that is absolutely worse for wear. And that's what we're going to be tackling. So this shower is probably 30 years old, if not more. It was obviously DIY'd, and there were some choices that were made. For example, let me show you what's happening on the shower curb. So I accidentally kicked one of these off not too long ago and revealed that not only is it a completely untreated piece of 2x4 in here that has started to mold, but they also used a sheet of drywall as a spacer between that 2x4 and the tile. So obviously it's crumbled up into just a big disgusting mess. We also have some wonderful mold. So this drywall is definitely all gonna come out. We'll cut away a lot of this. The corner is completely rusted, so obviously that will come out. And then if you look in the shower itself, the tile work, in my opinion, as a non-professional tiler, is not great. A lot of the cuts are very, very rough, so that's not really all that beautiful to look at. And in some of the corners, they just laid a very thick layer of grout where it should be silicone. The shower head is also not centered, which is bothersome. So the plan, aside from demoing the shower, properly waterproofing it, all of those good things, is we're also going to be taking a good chunk of this wall out because the existing entryway into the shower is very narrow. So we're thinking we're going to take this wall back to the bulkhead roughly, which should give us enough space to do a sliding glass door, which is the plan. And it should also really open up this shower and showcase the nice tile job that we're gonna do, hopefully, and bring some more light into the space and make it obvious that there's a shower in here and it's not just completely tucked around the corner. But first things first, we gotta demo this thing. So let's get our tools and our PPE together and take care of this. It wasn't long before I made a good dent and was able to come through the other side and knock out the first of the tiles. Hello!
So here's Johnny!
Yeah.
Together, Josh and I made pretty quick work of the outside of the wall, but as we continued to open it up, it was clear that the shower walls were just made of drywall and some small sections of some kind of backer board. As we worked our way through the wall to the tile side, there wasn't any indication that any waterproofing was used. It was just straight drywall, thin set, and tile, so no wonder it started leaking.
I have been so eager to deal with this shit since I accidentally kicked the tile off and saw what was going on. And look, it's not even hard. It literally just peels off. Let's see about this side. Will I be so lucky? There you go. There's your tile plus drywall. How beautiful is that?
Once we finished off the first wall, we came back the next day to continue on the others.
So Josh is gonna come around the back side of this wall because we have access to it from the utility room, and he's just gonna come barreling through with the hammer. So let's see how she goes.
Hello.
Oh, this is like a swinging door now. We can just like close it when we don't want.
Yep.
And then when we want to come through, we can just oh, never mind. So as you can see, this is where the shower head came out. And it's not centered on this wall, it's quite a bit left. So I'm not really sure why they didn't just come through this stud to center it properly on the other side, but they didn't. I guess it was easier this way. So we'll get that repositioned.
Hiding behind this third wall was an unexpected surprise.
Mystery electrical?
Wow, there is electrical.
What the heck is that for?
Maybe the lights?
Okay, well, just mind that.
I'm pretty sure you can't just hide junction boxes inside the wall like this, so we're gonna have to call the electrician to help us out with this one.
Look how badly rusted this is.
This bulkhead is here to accommodate the tub drain from our upstairs bathroom, but it was so poorly built that we're definitely redoing it. I also found this little strip of caulking along the floor. I guess they thought that would count as waterproofing? I don't know.
It is now day 3 of demo, and the goal for today is to take out this wall right here behind me. I did speak to the electrician, and there's gonna be a few things that we have to do to get this up to code before we can move forward on that, but we will cross that bridge when we get to it. So for now, let's get to demoing this last wall. We're gonna start the demo today with a spot on the wall that has always bothered me, and it's this cracked tile down at the very bottom. So we're gonna take care of that. Ready? By cracking it even more. And now I don't have to look at it.
This is the exterior wall, and the shower has always been so cold that we weren't even sure if there was insulation behind it. Luckily, we did find some, but behind that was another surprise.
Ken. Who's Ken? Someone wrote Ken. Damn you, Ken!
Screw you, Ken! Whoever you are, Ken.
We will find you. Probably not.
We're not gonna find you, but we're gonna curse you forever.
So Ken, if you're out there, buddy, I just got a couple questions for you. Starting with, what the hell were you thinking? Removing the tiles around this window was tough. They used concrete to create the slope, and the tiles were embedded in it. Maybe that's standard practice, or maybe it's another of Ken's greatest hits. But either way, it took some elbow grease to get it out.
Alright, there you go.
With the tile gone, you can now see how awful the trim is around this window, but the whole thing is going to be replaced soon enough. Taking down the walls gave us a better look at the framing and the water damage. I think most of the wood is in good enough shape that we can keep it, but we'll have to let it dry and then take another look. Some of it does have to go though. I quickly pulled out the shower curb, and then it was time to tackle the shower floors. We bought a floor scraper for this, and I was so hoping it would make quick work of removing these tiles, but in the end, it did next to nothing.
Oh man, this is gonna be tough.
So back to our trusty demo hammer and chisel we went. We alternated between chiseling out the tile and just straight up smashing it into oblivion, but eventually we made it through. I did redeem the scraper purchase though, because it really helped to pull out the vinyl in the rest of the room.
So it is the next day, and we made some really good progress on the floor of the shower, but there's a fair bit of residue left over from the thin set, and we were really having trouble trying to get it up. So we decided it was time to call in the big guns. This is the big gun. It's a tool rental from Home Depot. And hopefully it's gonna make our lives way easier. Ready, Josh?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
It took a few passes to get a feel for how to best use this tool, but once we did, it was actually pretty fun, and it put my little manual floor scraper to shame. And once we were done, we were left with a nice clean slate. The next day, it was time to pull back this wall. So with the breaker off, I started by removing the light switch. At this point, we still weren't sure how we were going to mitigate our electrical issues in this room, so I just capped the wires for now. I removed the extra blocking from the stud that we were keeping, and then pulled out Grandpa's old pipe cutter to deal with this copper plumbing we're going to relocate.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Cool.
This tool made it quick and easy to cut through the piping, but before we could pull it out of the wall completely, we needed to lean on Gramps for one more tool.
So you saw one of Grandpa's tools, but we have another of Grandpa's tools in store for you for this video. This is his Black & Decker recip saw, Sawzall, goes by a few different names, but it's complete with some duct tape. Of course, it has some writing on the back. It seems to say 4 rubber slugs do flick tray, and then a series of arrows. And I don't know what any of that means, but it meant something to him, obviously. So I almost went out and bought my own recip saw, and then I thought, I think Grandpa might have one out in the garage. So here it is. And we're gonna use this to cut the studs out that we are not keeping. This is the first time I'm using this tool, as it was the first time using the pipe cutter. So yeah, big project, big day for new Grandpa tools.
Right.
Okay, you wanna see this?
Yeah.
All right, I can do this.
This saw cuts pretty aggressively, so it's great for demo, but as you can see, it did throw my arm around a bit when I made contact with one of the nails. But I just kept good hold of it and made it through the rest of the cut.
Alright, we're through! Woohoo!
Did it.
Dunzo. Bum, 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 bum. Is there water in it? Oh,
Please?
there is. Can I have the bucket, please?
While working through these studs, we also found a little clue about how old the shower actually is.
While we don't know the exact date that this bathroom was put in and all the framing was done, we did find something that helps point us in the right direction. This stamp right here. So CMSA is a group that wasn't even formed until 1994, and so we know that this shower is as old as 1994 or newer. So just a little fun fact there.
And with the plumbing out of the way, we cleared out the last bits of framing we didn't need. And when the top plate came down, that was it. We'd officially demoed from the ground up. No thanks to Ken.
And the bathroom demo is done. What started as a dysfunctional, leaky, and moldy shower is now down to the bare bones, and it's a blank slate for all of our new ideas. So if you want to see those new ideas, from tile choices to fixtures, flooring, and everything in between, definitely hit subscribe down below so you don't miss anything in the bathroom rebuild. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you have any thoughts or advice, leave a comment down below. So until next time, happy building and don't be an axhole.